Greetings, all you very rare individuals. Welcome to the Afro-Scot podcast. This is episode 3. We're going to talk about why Afro-Scots need to work twice as hard as everyone else. First of all, the main reason is there isn't that many of us. And because there's not that many of us, there's not many examples of us succeeding in Scotland, in different ways. For example, my last podcast, we were talking about how there's so many doctors and engineers, but there's not that many people in the arts or music or in sports. So because of there's not that many of us, we always need to prove ourselves so much. So when people meet us, we always have to put on our best efforts and work really, really, really hard just to get any bit of recognition, which is a bit of a shame. When I was studying, I had to always work so hard just to get any bit of recognition. It put a lot of pressure on me. But it also did make me grow a lot stronger as well. And another reason is the media doesn't really show us in the best light. If you watch any show or anything on the news or even any movie, you see Africans, shown in a very, silly way. We're not really shown in the best way, in the best light. We're either fools or, and so if people see something like that all the time, what are they gonna think of any Afro-Scot they see? They're going to see us as people who don't know the left from right, who don't understand things, who are rebellious, who are just there to entertain them. So because of that, when we put minimum effort, they'll see us as not that great compared to others who put in small effort and get big returns. If we put small effort, we don't even get anything. It's like we didn't do anything, So it's very, very important that as Africans and Afro-Scots, we don't walk around trying to play into what the media is saying. It's not really good to play into what the media is saying. We should be ourselves and show ourselves as individuals. Because when you walk around, trying to act like what you see on TV, like, there's plenty of examples of us just doing stupid things and following this really silly stereotypes of, drugs and just getting into just silly stuff. So because of that, when people see us, do you really think they're gonna see us as important? As somebody to watch out for, this person is going places? No. So that's why we need to work twice as hard, because of what the media is saying. So don't play into what the media is saying and doing. We need to veer from that and show that we're all individuals and not a monolithic. And another thing is, we always compete against each other and not encourage each other. It's easy to blame the media and everybody else, but ask yourselves, in the African community, the Afro-Scot community, do we ever encourage each other? It's always competition. Everybody knows about that person who started a shop here and then somebody else will start the exact same shop next door, the neighbor. Instead of us, all coming into one shop. And if you see any other culture, they promote each other. They don't go around, trying to fight and start competition. If you see a Korean store open, all the Koreans will go to that store. They will make another one right next to it. So because of that, we all need to work twice as hard, because there's too many examples of it, of just one thing. Like I was saying last podcast, it was so conventional that, when we try and jump into doing something in the arts or whatever, we always need to work so hard and twice as hard just to get any bit of recognition. So how do we solve this? I feel like the solution is very, very simple, but also complex. Because we can't control this outcome. But the way we can face it is simply by acknowledging that though there's not that many of us, we still need to work very, very hard. I'm not saying that we shouldn't work hard. We should work hard. But we also need to stop playing into what the media is saying. And we need to encourage each other. And by encouraging each other, we'll be able to get more light. If you see in classes, Africans will be in a class and they won't really support each other in the class. It's like they're competing against each other, and because of that, we always need to work hard and trample on top of each other like crabs in a barrel, which isn't right. So that's how I feel like it can be fixed, by us encouraging each other. And so at the end of the day, we have so many successes in the community that our whole being and presence speaks for itself. We don't need to work so hard just to get somewhere. We can just walk in somewhere, and because there's so many examples of us in the arts, music, even doctors and engineers as well, we'll be able to just walk in somewhere and immediately get our respect.